Hello, good evening. Welcome to live stream number two. Um, for some reason, again, there's a lot of people from Twitter joining the live stream. I don't know what happens. Twitter is a mysterious platform. But yeah, thanks to everyone who's here. This week, I just recorded a podcast yesterday. It was it was with founders of Programming Pathshala. It's a great initiative by IIT BHU graduates, senior than me. They're doing amazing, a lot of impact on new grads, people who are looking to find programming jobs but are kind of struggling with that. And yeah, it's great. It's good for experience learning overall, just uplifting that community. So I had a fun time. Still halfway into recording, so um, I will upload as soon as it's there. Hey, sure. Thank you for being here. How are you doing? Just so you know, for people who are new, I do have a Discord server now where you can come and hang out with me. So let me share that very briefly. Uh, right. So this is my Discord server. You can join in here. There's been a few discussions lately. Bhavya had a great time at KubeCon India, running a booth for StackGen. There's some questions on the community as well. Let me see if I didn't answer one. There was one about joining Harness, and I'm absolutely glad to chat about anything like joining companies, referrals, and so on. So that's fine. So yeah, this is a good place. You can join. You can find the link from my website. It's let me share again. It's OrkoHunter.net. You can go there, check it out. I'm doing good, sure. Yeah, had a great week. It's end of the year, so a lot of holidays are coming up, and yeah, so life is good. Less meetings these days. You can find the Discord link from my website. It's on the Discord, and it's right here. You can also find it on LinkedIn and Twitter bios. Hi, Kostov. Good evening to you too. Yeah, so talking about writing, so there's one blog post that I'm writing. It's called "What's Holding India Back." The the music may not do justice to the topic, but I want to write about. So I've been asking people, what do you think is holding India back? And when I say India, I mean the generation of 25 to 35, or let's say 20 to 35. This age group, what's holding them back? What we can do to make their lives easier and kind of dominate the world, or not dominate, but be the best. So yeah, we'll write about it. Writing is hard. I don't want to rush into things. Yeah, so we'll write and share. But yeah, everything else is good. There's one thing which I wanted to talk about today is my review of being a product manager for a while. So I'd written about this some time ago. Somewhere here, must be on, let's say, Himanshu Mishra LinkedIn review as a product manager. Yes. The reason why I want to open this post is because I had a very nice diagram that I'd drawn in this. It's fun It's fun to see that it's still true. So this is me, and this is my take of how product managers work in a SaaS companies. In a SaaS company. Um, yes, Kostov, I remember you. Yeah. Thanks for being around. So you got a team, you got a product, and you got a product manager, and there's engineering. So the PM's job is to essentially collaborate with every other function. So you work with your design. Now design may be inside your team, may not be inside your team. So you could have a central design team, or you could have an embedded designer. That's also perfectly fine. You could have marketing. So now there's few forms of marketing. There's product marketing manager, which is in a lot of places it's part of product. In some places it's part of marketing. So there's halfway marketing that you have in your team, and then there's developer relationship. So you got DevRel who owns the user persona. Now DevRel is very interesting because it's a very big word. And I've been a developer advocate before, and it means different things in different companies. For some companies, it's a marketing process where developer advocates are supposed to influence the funnel of the sales. So how many people are looking at your product, how many people are trying to sign up, that sort of thing. The other DevRel is, are my users happy? Right, the sale has happened, people are trying to use. Am I a good advocate for my user, right? For my developers? So there are two forms of DevRels in places. But yeah, you got your sales, you got your sales engineering, you got your solutions architect. They're all giving you feedback. You got your prospects, you got your customers who are looking at you, and then you've got customers. And within the customers, you've got these buyers, the people who do not use the product, but they made the decision. So they give you validation that, yes, we see this as a problem. We want to purchase a solution for it. But you've got some user personas in your customer org who are giving you feedback that, hey, my life could be easier if you do this. You've got your competitors. The competitors help you provide validation on what you're building. And yeah, you've got some market analysts as well. Great companies like Gartner who will tell you what are the trends. Just a fun little drawing I made. Yeah, so it's a very interesting role. I still feel myself as an engineer, but I don't write code, so I don't want to say that. I want to stop saying that I feel as an engineer. It's not good for engineers who write code every single day. But yeah, it's a fun, multiple things. I still value engineering. I still feel product managers should be very technical, and they are the ones who get the job done. Cool. So I was also talking to someone, and the question was, how do you write? This is a 20-minute read, and it's got some good amount of story in it. To answer how do I write, or how does a good writing work, I'll just link them to Paul Graham's Write as you speak article. Write like you talk. It's a very good handbook for anyone who doesn't want to be let's say an author, right? Like, you don't want to publish novels. All you want to do is just you write technical topics. So you should just write as if you speak. And what it means is, whenever you write, try to read it and see whether you're able to, whether this is how you sound in life. I think there is a yeah, I think it's this one. So he's saying, imagine if you read this line: the mercurial Spaniard himself declared, after Altamira, all is decadence. Now imagine you're talking about Picasso and you use the word mercurial Spaniard. It's not how you refer to um, Picasso. You just say Picasso. So simplify things as much as you can, and that's a good way of writing. But the biggest advice is just keep writing as much as you can. That's the only way. How can one become a DevRel like you did? I don't know. I I wrote a blog post. Well, not a blog post, but I wrote an email actually. Yeah. I wrote an email to my director of product that, see, I'm doing engineering. I like this, but I always feel there's more I want to do. I want to talk to the community. I want to host sessions. So this, if you see the backstage community sessions that are there, it's on backstage community. So for those who don't know, Backstage is an open source project, CNCF and all. I don't know how long we'll have to repeat that, but yeah, we started back in February 2021, and this was the first session ever. And I just created a GitHub issue. I said, let's host it. And it was so fun. And then we started getting like topics from people. Yeah. It was interesting. Like you could just do this, and then the recording was up on the internet. Hey Bhavya, hey Sanjay, good to see you. Yeah. So I started doing these things, and I realized that I want to create videos. There's this one video I had created. Let me open this up on this. I don't know. Do you all want to see my YouTube studio? I don't know if there's anything interesting in here. So I'll go to content. I'll search for. What do I search for? Backstage. Yep, this one. I don't know if you can hear the sounds. Let me ensure that you hear the sound of this tab. Okay, so this is a video I had created for Backstage, and it was I was 3 months in. I was an engineer on the Backstage project, and the project was growing. And I thought, let me visualize how the community is growing. There you go. So and so I created this video, and it went on to be demoed at the company All Hands. It was the org All Hands. It was around like 1,000 people who saw that. And then I was 3 months in the company. So um, let me put this in the overlay. So I was just 3 months in the company, uh, and everyone knew that I have a knack for creating videos and talking to people and managing communities and hosting sessions. So I proved that I can do it. I can do this, and I had the desire to do it full time. So I just messaged my general manager that I want to do this even part time. So here's the thing about DevRels. Our Indian society doesn't really regard this role as it should be. People think, engineers are engineers, and if you're not doing engineering, you're losing skill or whatever. That's not true. If you're doing anything and if you're learning anything, you're still growing. If you're adding value to a product, to a business, you don't have to, yeah, you don't have to worry about anything. So that's why I wanted to do it part time, and he said, just do it full time. There's nothing that you will lose, so you should try it out. And I tried it out, and that's when I started putting out videos and everything, and yeah, it was good. I found my next job because of that. People started knowing me in the community. So I'm very thankful for being a DevRel. So how can you become a DevRel? Is the answer is start doing things that the developer advocates do, which means be an advocate for your product, talk about it, evangelize it, produce really amazing demos, write great tutorials, explain things in a nicer way, in an easier way, so that people understand, and try to break down like complex topics. Anything that you think an engineer cannot do, you should try to do those things. What's Sanjay's question? Is there any in-depth learning tutorial available on Backstage apart from Backstage IO and Discord? Yeah, I don't know if you watched my tutorial, like this one. So yeah, I mean, I do have a playlist where you can find the Backstage tutorials that I have. Though they're not in depth for sure. They're not in depth as you might expect, but it's good to get started with. The challenge with Backstage is if it's an advanced topic, very few people actually talk about it. So you have to kind of look into pull requests, look into issues, like what really happened, dig into release notes. Unfortunately, Backstage does not have, let's say, someone like a developer advocate who would write documentation and ensure that everything has a, like, I'll tell you very simple examples. You have to figure out a permissions framework inside Backstage. Like, is this it? Like, if I have to create really complex RBAC rules, how would I do that? And this is a habit of Backstage, that it throws you into code base right at your face. Like, what am I looking at? So don't have high expectations, about learning Backstage. It's a very difficult thing to do if you want to go into the depths. But if you want to do the easier things, like how to create a plugin, how to yeah, do basic things, then there's good documentation. Yeah, I mean, so what exactly are you trying to do, Sanjay, right now with Backstage? Maybe if you give me some topics where you struggle, I can talk about it for sure. Yeah, it's about the music thing. Let me see if I can play something else. I discovered a folder from my past where I used to keep all the. I used to do live streams before. So yeah, Sanjay, feel free to message. Please message on the group. Don't message me personally, but yeah, if you message on the group, there are other people who can chime in as well. So please put it on the Discord server. Thanks. Let me try to upload custom music. Uh, hmm. What about this? Do you guys have a good? Do you know how to get free music? So I use this site called Pixabay. So Pixabay gives you music and effects as well, and royalty free. But I also use Pexels. Pexels is also good for stock footage and whatnot. This is fine. If you had to achieve the great things you did today, how would you go about it? Um, what do you mean? Like, do you mean if I were to start from scratch, what would I do? Yeah, SoundCloud is. I've not used SoundCloud in a long time. I used to be a fan of SoundCloud music, but perhaps next time I should try, like really good Spotify integration, so that I'm playing some good music. I'll put on some music that I like. Let's see. I really love this Mr. Wood one soundtrack. This time. All right. Let me know if you can't hear my sound. If you can't hear my voice, then I'll reduce it. But yeah, if I had to start from scratch, I would definitely do programming. Let's say it was back in college first year. I would do all the things that I did about making friends and spending time, spending meaningful time with others. So that's there's no there's no going back, but I would definitely spend a lot of time learning about some research topics. So my take is, for sure we do basic things like writing code and designing systems and so on, but it's a linear growth. So you learn this and there's value in the world, and it pays you, and then you continue doing it. But if you really think about it, the people, the really successful people in 2000s were the ones who picked up on the trend of the internet and the web and the browsers, and like for example Facebook, right at that storm that everyone started being online. Gmail picked up on the need to communicate via the internet. So there was this wave of computers, there was this wave of internet, two different waves. Then there was this wave of I would say machine learning was a good like a very distinct wave where ML systems used to feel very intelligent, and people started using those. And now it feels like there is a new wave starting. It feels different. For example, for like I use ChatGPT a lot these days, just to generate ideas or brainstorm things. But I feel the potential is not reached yet. Now, there's another thing that the wave of mobile and those are still the effects, the ripples are still reaching countries like India and the third world countries, right? Today, how many monthly active users are there on, let's say, platforms like YouTube? From India, it's 400 million. So, and then the world population is, sorry, the India's population is 1.5 billion, something around that. So these big waves, the ripples are still going on. The time it will take for the ripple of, let's say, AI to reach India is significant. But the challenge is, we being engineers, we think it's done. Like, everyone has built the greatest products and it's too late. We always feel that it's too late to build something and ride on a wave. It's not. So I still generally feel people should spend really critical time thinking about the basics of how computers work, how you can how can build great software as fast as you can and solve problems. I would do that. I'll show you one interesting project that I created when I was in college. But in order to do that, I will have to switch this. Can I share multiple things? Let me see. I'll figure out music next time. It's not good that I have to kill music to share a window. Anyway, so I wanted to show you a project that I created in college. It was something like Mercurial. No, it was around Friends TV series. What was Chandler Bing's middle name? Chandler Bing middle name. Muriel. It was called Muriel. And this was a this was a project that I had created for my second year roommate, and in fact even me. The challenge was, we were watching a lot of TV series, and this is my Ubuntu desktop from that time. We were watching a lot of TV series, and we realized that we had finished watching Friends, all 230, 240 episodes, and whenever we had to watch a random episode, we would click somewhere in between, like episode season 5, and click a random episode. But it was not truly random. It was like you would never watch the first episode or the last episode or the second last episode. So I wanted to make it completely random, so that if I've started a video, then it should not show me that unless and until I've watched everything else. It's such a simple problem, right? So I created that, and it was a desktop app. So another thing that I did a lot was, I used to create projects to learn different types of things that I can create. So this was the first time I learned Electron JS. I don't know if it still works, but and if you see that this is a very simple code. It loads all the. Does it run Python? Oh my god, I should have written it in JavaScript. But it loads things in arrays and creates an index, and yeah, it's a very simple program. So that was one. Uh, the other that thing that comes to mind was this game called Minesweeper. I'm pretty sure everyone has played this game. Uh, but this and I think this still works. Uh, Let me try this out uh, and see if it still works. Well, I don't want to share my screen, but yeah. So I created this game in Java, and this was the first time I was learning Java, and it was good. Um, so I always wanted to create things that were used by people, and that's something I still like. And maybe today, let's say Minesweeper, if I have to recreate it, I would make it a bit more. Um, hmm, bit more intelligent, so that if you keep playing, it increases the difficulty, but if you lose, it goes back. It's not that intelligent, but a little bit more intelligent than the static ones, so the levels adjust themselves. Let's say the Muriel one. If I have to recreate this project, I would actually say, okay, you want to watch Friends. What mood are you in? Do you feel happy? Do you feel sad? Do you feel okay? Do you not care? And based on that, I'll say, which character are you feeling more like? Sometimes I just want to watch Ross. Sometimes I just want to watch Joey. So using, let's say, some sort of AI, I can get all the transcripts. I can keep track of in which episode who has a lot of jokes and where they laughs, and it might be a fun project. Cool. So this one thing that I did want to talk about. Let me see my notes. Live coding session. I don't know. Would live coding session help? Like, do you want to see me write code? I don't. I don't think you want me to do that. Maybe we can learn some language together. Um, One thing I wanted to do was, like, feel free to join Discord and ask questions live. Sometimes it's difficult to ask questions by writing it, so like, you should be able to join Discord and do that. Um, we can see some Reddit together. Um, yeah, I'm sharing my Chat GPT screen at this. Let me share window Chat GPT. See, these are the ideas that it had created for me. Should let's do this. Let me increase this. Hi, you are live. Say hello to everyone. Oh my god. Um, oh yeah, thanks, Shaurya. Yeah, so starting from scratch, as I said, right? Like, I would do all the things about getting friends and such. But also do something that has a that gives me advantage. So like, right now, if you do AI, and if you try to combine it with problems faced in Indian markets, you have your advantage. What's uh what's happening on Advent of Code, Bhavya? Oh, it's problems. Damn. Are you solving these, Bhavya, or anyone else? Remember, these are older. This is an old program, right? It's a law. Um, how should I go about learning ML today? I don't know if this is still the best resource, but some of the people that I know can do. Some of the people that I know had created this sort of guide for getting started with machine learning, and I think it's still relevant. It's good to ask this question. I'll tag some of the authors here, but you need to start with some fundamentals about machine learning, read some papers, implement some of those, and then you're on your own. Like, it's still an evolving space, so it depends on where you want to go deep. Let's say you want to go deep into text-based fields or voice. So the friend that I'm talking about is Nishan Nikhil. He's the guy who's always been doing this. He's like, software is dead. I don't want to do software engineering. I want to do machine learning and AI. And my take was, I don't want to do machine learning. I want to write a lot of software. So we were always this yin and yangs of this world. So yeah, he wrote this along with other people who were, and by the way, he used to work in applied ML at Amazon, and then is working on one of these amazing projects at Play AI, PhD AI. They do, let's say you have to create an episode, and you want to do it in someone else's voice. All you do is just write the script, and you have a story. You have a story in someone's voice. So yeah, that's it's pretty crazy. Like, you can make phone calls to your customers, and it may not sound it's robotic. It might be conversational, but it will in your voice or your sales representative's voice. So it's very interesting. So yeah, I'll ask him to update this, but here's a guide. I'll put the link in Discord. I'll update the resources page as well. Based on that. Do we want to solve a problem? I don't know, man. This sounds like a bit complex. Let's see. Problem number 1. Is it easy? No, I don't want to solve competitive coding or this sort of problem. But I do remember this used to be fun. Project Euler. This used to be my fun as a December chutti projects, where there's a lot of math problems that you can write code for, and let's say smallest multiple. 2520 is the smallest number that can be divided by each of the numbers from 1 to 10 without any remainder. What is the smallest Persian number that is evenly divisible by all the numbers from 1 to 20? But this should be like really, really simple, right? Let me open Jupyter Notebook so that we can do that. Let me run Jupyter. But essentially, it's 1 oops, one, like multiply all the numbers from 1 to 10 and you'll get this number, right? I'll put this here, I'll put this here, and let's say for I in range start from 1 go till 10. Oops, final equals to 1, final equals to final into I. Sorry, final equals to final plus no, I don't have to plus anything. Well, hold on. Oh no, it's not that easy. Oh, my bad. So why would you multiply by 4? Or why would you multiply by 2 when you know like you can get 4? So here's the thing. 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 into 6 into 7 into 8 9 into 10. So we need least common multiple of this. LCM निकालना है यहाँ पे. That might be a fun problem, right? Like calculate LCM, and let's say you get an array of numbers, and let's say right now you pass. But how would we do that? Let's say you got an array of numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. This is what the array looks like. How would we do this? I think we need to split every number into its multiples, right? That's what I would do. So let's say I want this array of numbers to be written like in multiples. Sure, I'll answer your question in a bit here. Like this sounds very interesting. So let's say 4, I would write 2 into 2. 5, I would write 5. 6, I would write 2 into 3. 7, I would keep that like that. 8, I would write 2 into 2 into 2. 9, I would write 3 into 3. And 10, I would write 2 into 5. Okay. So let's say we write, now we write all these numbers, all numbers जो मेरे पास हैं. So 2, 2 into 3 को I split like this. 2, 2, 3, 3. I should not be doing this. I regret it. But and then you take a set of this, right? So that you only get the unique numbers. So you get 1, 2, 3, and then you remove these. You get 5, 2, 3 to aa chuka hai. You keep 7, remove all 2, 3, and 5. So this is your final number, and then you return 1 into 2 into 3 into 5 into 7. No, this is not right. 2520 is the smallest number that can be divided by each of the numbers from 1 to 10 without any remainder. Least common multiple. नहीं ऐसे नहीं निकालते. ये गलत स्टेप था. This is not right. So 10 से divisible होना है तो 10 को तो रखना पड़ेगा. 9 से divisible तो 9 रखना पड़ेगा. 8 से तो 8 को रखना पड़ेगा. 7, 6. But 5 से divisible होना है तो we don't need a special 5. So essentially I would start from the top. ठीक है. 10 हो गया तो I will remove 5. 8 हो गया तो I will remove 4. 9 है तो I will remove 3. 2 को remove we can, and 1 को भी we can remove. So it's essentially these numbers. 6 into 7 into 8 into 9 into 10, right? But evenly divisible. but why are we multiplying? That's not तो इनका मुझे LCM निकालना है essentially. um, I give up, man. This is just too hard. Let's look at some Python code to calculate least common multiple. ये तो cheating है. Let's say import math dot greatest common divisor, and let's say you pass the array of numbers I for I in range 1 to 11. GCD needs comma separated. Unpack this. Unpack this. Oh, it's saying you multiply all these numbers and then you. नहीं, math.lcm है. क्या कहता हूँ मैं? See. So this is how you would do in math, but let's look inside the code for LCM, right? Let's look inside math.lcm. So in Jupyter Notebook you can do is say you get the definition of this, but if you do double comma, it doesn't tell you the location, but if it's an external module, then you can get the location of the module as well. But let's say since it's built in, we can go to Python, C Python. Let's search for math.py. maths.py तो नहीं exist करता है. Is there something called LCM? Is there a math? Okay, PyMath. मेरे को देखना है कैसे इन्होंने how they have written the code for LCM inside Python. Is there a math.py here? Okay, how to get path of built-in modules Python. अच्छा, .__file कुछ आएगा उससे? math.lcm .__ file. मिला कुछ. lib download math.cpython. यही कहीं होगा math. I have no idea how to get to the code base from here. It's okay. That's fine. But yeah, this was a fun website called Project Euler, and we used to do interesting stuff from interesting math problems. But yeah, like the basic. Sometimes the thing is, I don't want to write another LCM function, right? Like that's just. But it's good. I would write it when I'm in like my first year. I'm learning the language, but it's no longer. It's no longer fun. Like sometimes it feels scary. I would rather be doing something else. Contributing to open source, how to start it. Maybe I should create a video because I wouldn't be able to do justice to how to contribute to open source. There's a lot of things that goes into that. There are a lot of good articles written on this as well. Obviously, they're not written from a perspective of it's a student in India or like सबको एक जैसे नहीं होता है. There's a lot of things that goes in our minds. जैसे is it too late? I'm young. I don't know any other language. I don't have any experience with existing projects. So I've written this unofficial, frequently asked questions. How do you approach? How do you not feel overwhelmed? There's a lot of these important questions that goes in our mind. So I should create a video about it. It's not easy to just just talk about it. So but there's few tricks that I was thinking about recently, that contributing to open source is like you're going into a room and you're trying to hear what these elder guys are talking about, and you try to leave an impression, and you can't just say anything that you want to say. You have to hear what they're talking about and then make a contribution. You cannot contribute to anything that you don't use. I think it's very unfair that or at least you should try to start with the projects that you can use and understand the user journeys. Let's say right now I'm using so many things that I would like to contribute to something that I use, or let's say you're very fresh, so maybe pick a science project in Python that you have understood, like आपके courses होंगे, then you're studying some physics, right? There's projects like SymPy where you can like solve equations and deal with numbers and so on. So there's a lot of these projects that you can use. Cool. So I don't have anything else. Next time I'll come up with some things to talk about, like especially that'll be fun. I want to make this more interactive, so perhaps we can play something on Discord, and that would be fun. I don't know if there's anyone on Discord, but yeah, we could play something. We could create something. I'll try to invite some other people as well. Then it becomes a conversation and people can ask questions. But yeah, until then, I'll head back to editing the video that I have, and it'll be out in 2-3 hours. It's a good conversation with the founders of Programming Pathsala, and look forward to that on the channel. And sure. Other opportunity for full stack dev at Harness, like from Mernstack. Oh yeah, actually, Harness uses MongoDB. It doesn't use Express.js. Right? It uses Java and Go. React, yes, though the web is React and it doesn't use Node. So M and R, these are used. Feel free to find one such opportunity on the Harness career sites, and send me your resume and I'll be happy to refer. Okay. Any last minute thoughts? Otherwise, I'll find a song to end this stream on. Um, I don't know. Maybe. Just apply, man. Who cares? I don't know if there's a lot of web roles that are available though. It's mostly backend stuff. Let me find a good song. I want to find songs where, like, just because in Indonesia, I'm not. Okay, this is a very interesting song. The band is called No Clear Mind, and the song is Imaginary You. Okay, enjoy, guys. Thank you for being with me today, and see you around on Discord. If you are not there, open my website, LinkedIn, anything, and you'll find you'll find that there. Enjoy this song called Imaginary You, and I'll see you next time.
Talk with the imaginary you. Sunshine, we see